Busy, busy, busy. Boy, oh boy, the shop, I never know. Years ago, when I fired up Mighty Fine Guitars in Lafayette, California, thank you for asking. When I fired up the shop, I thought, I'm going to be really scientific about this. I'm going to keep track of all the sales and when people come in for lessons and when they don't. And I had pie charts and graphs and all that kind of scientific sort of tracking stuff. I can't find any trends. Sometimes there's a little bump at Christmas on the business end of things and on the lesson end of things. Sometimes there's not. Sometimes around tax time there's a little bump and sometimes there isn't. Sometimes there isn't, sometimes there isn't. It kind of sums it up. But for whatever reason, this year, and I don't know if it's the coming administration, I nearly said apocalypse, administration that is prompting people to get in what they want before that. I'm going to stop right there. I've said too much. Let me check and make sure that you're still here and I'm still here. Yeah, looks like it. Good. Good for us. Looks like that camera can go up just a little bit. Excuse me, pardon me. How's that? A little better? See if I got the angle a little better. Yeah, I think so. Boy, have I got a cool guitar to show you today. By a gentleman named Louis Debray. Builds under the brand name LPD Guitars. Louis Paul Debray, D-E-B-R-E-T. Not Roger Debris. That's somebody different. Louis Debray. Paul, his middle name. And he's brought me a guitar he calls the Kestrel. It's not a particular kind of model of another guitar. So many guitar makers build to Martin specifications, and it can be described as a dreadnought or triple O or an OM or a whatever. This one is kind of OM-ish, but heavy on the ish. This one looks like this. Isn't it gorgeous? There are sunbursts and there are sunbursts, and this is a great sunburst, which I am attracted to because when I was a wee lad, give you a little preview of coming attractions there. When I was a wee lad, my dad brought home from the radio station that he ran in Southern California. Somehow he got a hold of a couple of Fender catalogs. And these Fender catalogs are mostly electric guitars. A lot of them were sunburst. And I remember distinctly thinking how odd it was, even at the time, even as a wee lad, how strange it was that these guitars were perched on stands, on rocks, in the middle of rushing rivers. The art department kind of went crazy on that one, but I remember falling in love with sunbursts even then. And there are sunbursts, and there are sunbursts. I remember years ago, there was a line of, I think, kind of Formica Martins that had a sunburst, bendy fingers that was really quite awful. It was black around the edge and salmon pink in the middle. Perhaps people here will even remember those guitars. I'll say no more. I'm garrulous today. As you can tell, I'm up to G in 30 days to a more powerful vocabulary. Wonderful sounding guitar, but I'll play it for you more later, but look how slender it is. Look at that. It's kind of like the gentleman says, like Louis Debray says, it's kind of OM-ish. 15 inches across the lower bout, but the waist is really tight. And that's kind of the critical dimension when it comes to the comfort of the guitar for a lot of folks, because it means it sits lower in your lap. If the waist was wider, it would sit up higher, which would complicate the angles at the shoulder and the elbow. This one sits nice and low. And it's kind of even smaller than an OM in the upper bout here, with a cutaway. So if you play those meedly notes way up high like that, you can get to them quick and easy this way. Lovely guitar, set up beautifully, finished beautifully. And he's one of those guys that builds a few guitars. I had one come through perhaps a year ago, and it went out like that. With any luck, somebody will snap this up real quick as well. Because after all, comfort, the size of the guitar and how comfortable it is to play, that's a top-line consideration. If it's not comfortable, you won't play it. You won't take it out of the case. Comfort is a top-line consideration. Also, I think, absent my opinion, only mine, but it's right, that if the guitar sits in the case, you're less likely to play it. Absent large dogs or small children, leave the guitar out on a stand. Hang it on the wall somewhere where you can grab it and play it when the mood strikes you, instead of having to go to the spare bedroom where the guitar is locked in a closet and it's in a case and you got to drag it out. Just when you leave, fire up the alarm system. In the meantime, have a great time playing your guitar, cause carpe diem, or as my grandmother used to say, carpe per diem. Seize the check. The cash, I guess it would be with it. Who's here? Hi, Richard Peck. Hi, Michael Stadler. Still late. 10 demerits. Stadler, drop and give me 20. Terry Brigman, hey there. Go Cowboys. There we go. Hi, Jane Williams. Hi, Larry Pattis. Right. Martin Owen was 4 inches deep at the tail block. This one is 3 inches deep at the tail block. So it's even skinnier. Lovely thing. Lots of sustain, but lots of punch. Nothing fancy. It's no fancy woods. They don't need to be fancy because the woods these days are so good. The combination of East Indian rosewood, ta-da, and Sitka spruce on the top makes for great guitars. And don't I look fabulous playing it? The visuals count, you know. For some folks, you know, the visuals really count. If it's pretty, you'll play it more. If it's comfortable, you'll play it more. If the appeal, if the X factor is there, the stuff that you can't even articulate why you like it is there, you'll play it more. And that's how people get better at playing guitar, is they play it a bunch. It's spending time behind the guitar. I have spoken, and you're welcome. Great couch guitar. And let's face it, that's where a lot of guitar gets played these days, watching Netflix, watching Amazon Prime, watching sports, watching whatever you watch. Wow, what a ringy, lovely thing. Not huge scale, it's not kind of up in the dreadnought realms for the scale size. Wonderfully balanced. I say wonderfully balanced. I'll bet this guitar would record beautifully. I have not done it, but I'm guessing it would record beautifully. Those big giant dreadnoughts we all love to play because they're so big and boomy and resonant and sound like a cathedral, sometimes they don't record so very well. So if you're doing some recording, consider a guitar like this. If you've already got Martins and Gibsons and brand name guitars, consider these little guys. The small builders are building some great stuff. This truly is the golden age of guitar building. And a bunch of them come through your old pal Stevie Coyle's Mighty Fine Guitars in Lafayette, California. Hi, Everett. There's a reason I can play so many TV show themes. Yeah. So they're all 6251, has it? Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, they're the modern Stone-Age family. From down to bedrock, they're a place right out of history. You're right. Hi, John Reynolds. Hey, there's Lewis himself. Don't I look good playing this guitar, Lewis? I think anybody would look good playing this guitar. This is a nice touch, I must say, Lewis. I really enjoyed the binding you have here, this figured maple, this kind of... well, let's look at the specs altogether. Curly maple bindings, East Indian rosewood back and sides, Sitka spruce top, Honduran mahogany one-piece neck, ebony fingerboard bridge and headstock, classy woods, classy guitar, curly maple bindings, spruced Adirondack scallop bracing, 1 3/4 at the nut, 2 1/4 saddle spacing, Larry. Scale length is 25.344. Get out your slide rule for that one, kids. 25.344. Lower bout is 15 inches, 8-inch waist, 3 3/4 body at the end, 3 inch body at the heel. So 3 inches here, 3 3/4 down here. Goto tuners, nitro lacquer, This is great. $4,500 is the asking on this, and worth every penny, says I. Another man done a full go round. Another man done a full go round. Well, you can put him in the ground, 6 feet down, till you hear that coffin sound. You can weep and you can moan, but that old boy ain't never coming home. Another man done a full go round. Another man done a full go round. Lovely guitar. Louis Debray. Capital D, small e, small b, small r, small e, small t. Debray. Kathy Blount. Hello there. Nice to see you. Go Cowboys. Terry Brigman is online here as well. Another cowboy. Hi, Klaus and Cindy. Hi, David Martin. Fab Little Guitar, FLG. Right on. At MFG. You bet. Somebody come buy this thing. Doggone it. What a great little guitar. It's quite terrific. Give you another view of it. And then I'll send you anyway. Thanks for tuning in anyway, even though the show didn't start anywhere close to noon today. But shoppers were here, and first things first. I'm sure you understand. Thank you so much for your indulgence. Isn't it gorgeous? Just lovely. Plays great. Setup is wonderful. Fits in your lap, reasonably priced at $4,500, and I hope somebody comes buys it real quick. A little herringbone around the edge as well, inside the very classy figured maple. So there it is, kids. Any comments and questions, please add them in down below there. Yes, I agree, John Stahl. That guitar does sound wonderful. Man, you can just listen. See? Jane, I agree. A very fair price. So come and get it. I'm located in the Tri-Cities area. Lafayette, Moraga, and Orinda. La Morinda, they call it. It's that series of towns you drive through on your way from Berkeley to Concord. It's one of them drive-through towns. And you know what? I'm right here in Restaurant Row. So a great idea, I think, you're welcome, is to stop off here either after lunch or before dinner and eat at one of the many wonderful restaurants in Lafayette. It's a true fact. There's lots of great eats around here. Stack up your comments and questions down below if you would, please. I'll be happy to answer them. I'll pop this over to the Mighty Fine Guitars Facebook presence, as well as Instagram, and as well as the YouTube channel, which is really, things are really kind of heating up over there. There's kind of hundreds of hits on these things every week. So if you're not signed up to receive these, if you're not subscribed to, I'm getting hip to the lingo. I'm slinging the lingo here. If you're not subscribed to the Stevie Coyle Music, all one term, YouTube channel, then head on over. Do that right away. I wonder if Bunny Barnes did her thing today at 1 o'clock. If you're doing nothing right now, jump on over to check out Bunny Barnes. She might be online right now. She frequently does a show at 1 o'clock Pacific time. So with all that in mind, oh, and those of you that are local, excuse me, in the Bay Area, myself and Taya Gherkin, one of the former publishers of Acoustic Guitar Magazine, currently one of the runners of pegheadnation.com, and Maurice Tanney, who was a great singer-songwriter, really great singer-songwriter, are going to be doing a round-robin kind of thing over in Fairfax, Marin County, Sunday night at 7 o'clock, $15 suggested donation, a round-robin with the three of us, kind of jawing and picking and inviting you to come along with us. It should be a whopping good time. All right, folks, down the road, safe travels, Happy New Year. Okay.